Yeah, we're a nation of pissheads. I myself don't mind a drink, but I do the right thing. I recycle my bottles. I am an environmentalist. I'm in full support of recycling, and when the earth finally dies, I will lay on my deathbed, which will of course be the earth itself along with the rest of humanity, and say, well, I recycled. Did everything I could. Eco-warrior. What do you want from me? The government has instituted the Return and Earn initiative, which is a good thing. Get 10 cents for each bottle. And as an eco-warrior, I applaud that. But there is one setback. The problem with being a borderline alcoholic, also known as an Australian male, and there are plenty of us, is that I fall victim to a recent phenomenon we've all witnessed, known as the rise of the bottle monster. You know them. Bottle monsters roam the earth on bin night, foraging for bottles to recycle and earn a pretty penny. And just to be clear, everyone's got to earn a buck. It's more honourable than, I don't know, being a financial advisor for Combank. I don't begrudge them. But the issue is the clinking. Quite often these wonderful creatures come out on bin morning as your neighbours are heading to work. And they reveal all your sins to the world. Every clink like a dagger to your self-esteem. Sweet Jesus, the shame. Which of course leads to a shame spiral, hence more drinking, hence more bottle monster raids. Because they'll rummage through your recycling bin revealing the following. Long neck of Tooheys new. Another long neck of Tooheys new. Oh, a long neck of Tooheys new. But what's this? It's the appropriately named Precious Earth Shiraz. A full $2.99 at Aldi. Well, hello, big spender. Now, where was I? Long neck of Tooheys new. Now it's at the stage where I'll be in Aldi reaching for a $3 bottle of Shiraz that is totally drinkable, mind, and I'll be dissuaded from the purchase, not because of the judgment of the fellow patrons in Aldi, because, you know, we're all in Aldi, but I'll think, how will this present when it's inevitably displayed in front of the entire community on bin morning? Oh my God, the reprobate in 57 bought a case of Aldi wine. What a bum. And this goes on for several minutes until said bottle monster is waist deep in the bin foraging for the 80th longie, as if I'm simultaneously an ad for and a public service announcement warning against Tooheys new. Meanwhile, I'm cowering in my upstairs bedroom, peeking out through the blinds, pointlessly going, shh, trying to somehow mind meld with the bottle monster as if he'll miraculously look up and go, oh, sorry, is this embarrassing for you? I'll try to keep it down. Which we all know is impossible. You can't stop the clinking. As the tide will rise and fall, so will bottles of booze clink. Because who amongst us hasn't put out bottles of booze with extreme caution, carefully placing them into the bin to avoid the telltale clink? Impossible. You try separating them in your fingers, nestling them against your torso well separated, placing them in corners gently, occasionally buffering with a spread of tactically crumpled newspaper to cushion and absorb the clink. Oh, maybe if I tie them all tightly together in a plastic bag. Nope, clink. And whenever there's a clink, it's like you're on some sick game show of your own making, and there's an enormous buzzer that goes, ah, busted. You look up. Did anyone hear that? Of course they did. Of course they did. You can really feel the judgment. All those admittedly delicious symbols of self-medication on show in full view of the neighbourhood. Sometimes I'll even go to the extent of wrapping each bottle in its own newspaper in an effort to hide the clink guilt and throw the bottle monster off the scent. But of course this has no effect whatsoever. In fact, it only elongates the torturous process, such that the bottle monster now has to individually dewrap each bottle. Even more humiliating because clearly I'm self-conscious of my drinking, because I've attempted to disguise each bottle in the first place, which is now being laid bare, one excruciating bottle after another. The only saving grace is that I'm in the upstairs bedroom trying to tell myself that for the bottle monster, it's like it's Christmas, unwrapping 80 different yet identical presents. Oh, and what do we have here? It's an empty long neck of Tooheys new, just what I always wanted. It's like a public pantsing. The bottle monster may as well smack my bare ass while they're at it. when I do eventually summon the courage to leave the house, I feel like a nude Cersei conducting the Walk of Atonement as my neighbours are yelling from surrounding windows, "Shame, shame, shame." It's like going to a party and bumping into your therapist who proceeds to call for quiet so he can tell everyone how you wet the bed until you were 14 and your cock bends to the left. Like a best man speech on a Bucks night. Hey, what about when you fucked that tranny? But who hasn't? Who hasn't? So what's the lesson? Drink less? No.